No. It's not just good morning. Did you know that arigato has kanji? Uh-oh. If you Shrek, you can Japanese. This is like samurai speech, okay? You guys are gonna like this lesson, I promise. These words aren't what they like. You look at English and it's good morning, like, oh, a morning that is good. That's just not how Japanese works. I want to shape the way you think about Japanese. These look like basic phrases, right? However, even these basic phrases are jam-packed with information. It's not something that you really know at first. So we have ohayo. This is the just informal version of saying like good morning. So just like morning, Jim. You know, you can just say ohayo, and sometimes the is not there. And then guys, layers, okay? All this stuff is in this little word. This is actually an adjective, and it means early. It's an E adjective, early, like early in the morning. I wouldn't have ever thought that it could mean that. All right, so that's what this is. And then O is attached to words sometimes. There's a lot of words like this. And then gozaru, this is like samurai speech, okay? And then gozaimasu, now this is still used, okay? Now, can you guys think of another very common expression, very basic expression that also uses this format? Huh? Oh, true block. That's right. It's the same thing. So arigato is also an adjective, which is still used. Arigatai desu. I'm thankful. We still say that today. I'm thankful. There aren't many of these still, but the idea behind it is important. So gozaimasu, it comes from gozaru, which is archaic. You don't need to know it. Basically, it is early. If you're interested on one-on-one Japanese lessons, I do it custom for you. I want to help you achieve your Japanese goals. I want to help you get to fluency. Main lesson learned today, daily expressions do not come from nowhere, but have roots in other words / morphemes that can also be mastered by it. In layman's terms, Japanese has layers. So I put konnichi in black because this is still used today, but not very much. It's still relevant, but just nowhere near as much as the reading is kyo wa, okay? Konnichiwa. Let's break it down. It's ha, but it's wa, okay? It's because it's a particle, it's special. So we have kon. It does mean now. It's also read as ima. Hoshi on. And then this means day, okay? Originally, essentially it was like, how is it going this day? Wa is kind of like is, okay? It is, but it isn't, and it is, but it isn't is. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean is, that doesn't mean am. For anyone that's curious about wa and ga, I did a YouTube video that teaches about wa and ga. There's one little thing I forgot to mention for this slide. That's right, Japanese has layers. Next one, konbanwa. This is basically the same thing as konnichiwa, guys. This, it means now, but it can also mean like this. So this evening is, how is it? Last one, oyasumi nasai. That one's kind of like a very friendly good night, and then like kind of formal, oyasumi nasai. You'd say this to somebody that you're definitely using keigo, which is honorifics with. You might say it even to a friend that you're kind of being a little, that you maybe somebody you might have met just recently, somebody's mom or dad, definitely a teacher, boss, co-workers. And now let's talk about this second. What's the lesson? That's right, layers. So even if this just looks like a basic good, oh, it's just good night. This is not just good night. There's many grammar elements within this basic word, okay? We have o again. Oh yeah, I wrote it down here. Look at me, I'm so smart. You can say yasumi, but guess what? It does. If you say yasumi, it would mean like, oh, do you have off today? Like, are you off work today? Kyo yasumi? Are you off work today? So this o kind of makes it polite. Yasumi, like I said in chat, can kind of mean rest or like off work. Let's look at nasai. So again, this is kind of just another little thing to create politeness. However, please know that nasai is different. Yes, in this scenario, it's like politeness. However, nasai can be aggressive. That's why I've translated it like this. Be careful with nasai. Next layer, So yasumi, which is part of this verb, yasumu, which means to rest. ちょっと疲れた. I'm a little bit tired. Yasumimasu. I'm going to rest. You will speak Japanese.